Radio Shouty.
What's good with it, fam? Of course, you know it's your folk B-High Radio Shouty, and as always, you know I got my podcast partner off in this thing with me, OG Gangsta Wicked, a ghetto mafia. Wick.
Yes, sir.
Hey, man, you know, in hip-hop, we done suffered a couple of devastating blows in the last couple weeks, man. You know, DMX passed, Black Rob passed, two of New York's finest right there. When you think about DMX, like we were saying earlier, you only get one DMX, the dog himself. You know, that man came in and changed the game. He was a pop culture, you know, phenomenon. The one thing I will say about X, the beauty of it all, is that I felt like he got respect on his name all the way until he passed.
Yes, he did.
You see what I'm saying? A lot of times you'll have legends pass and there'll be an obscurity before they pass, and, you know, folks want to feel bad about it and everything else. But in the case of X, you know, he was still out here pumping and getting it done. But it still came as a shock for him to haul off and go into that coma and pass on us like that.
And you know, and I'm gonna say something about X, because I kind of go back to the time after Pac had died.
Yeah.
And everybody was kind of searching for that next Pac. You know.
Yeah.
And you had all kind of imposters out here. You had people doing songs that, you know, that they wasn't maybe trying to be Pac, but, you know, their style or their music, or they change, you know, baby, you know, people were kind of changing they stuff up. But X, for me, and maybe some people out there too, X for me kind of took on that, he picked that torch up. Yeah. That Pac left, that void in our heart that he left without having to try to sound like him. Now, of course, you know, they both, you know, were, small guys with the little bald head, the little apple head. Yeah. So, you know what I'm saying, they had a lot of controversy both in their life. So, you know, that did kind of make you remind of a little bit. But as far as the sound, it was a totally different thing, but it still gave you that same feeling. So for me, it's almost like Pac dying over again. Oh. That's how it felt to me. So I took that DMX very, 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 very hard. And what's kind of what's been weighing on me is that he was just in town. Remember I told you that?
Yeah, he was
shooting a movie out there with some friends of mine. Yeah. And the director called me, Jerry May, and he said, "Wick, I had left your show." Yeah. And he called me and he said, "X is in town and I got a little small part for you in this movie. I'll come on over after you leave B-High." Yeah. And so after I left you, I had something else to do, some family stuff, blah, blah, blah. So I hit him back and I said, "Well, man, I'm tired." I said, but I said, but I had my role in the movie was already solidified. Yeah. So I was just only going, I wasn't recording that day. I was just going to, you know, kick it with X, talk a little bit, because I hadn't seen X in a long time. Yeah. So to reestablish my bond with it. You understand what I'm saying?
I'm with you.
So that's what that was all about. I wasn't recording. And so I said, well, I'll catch him. You know, they just at the beginning of the movie, I'm going to have plenty of time to catch him. Mm-hmm. At least that's what I thought. So that's why I said, that's another point I'll make to people out there. Man, you never, ever, ever know when somebody needs you or somebody, extend the olive branch to you to do something. You know what I'm saying? Man, take that offer up, because it's weighing on me like I didn't think that a week later that this man would be in a coma for whatever reason it is, and I wasn't gonna get to see him again. I saw him on Instagram. My boy posted him. He looked healthy. He looked big. My boy said he was doing well. You know, he wasn't over there with no shenanigans or anything. So in my mind, I catch X, you know, when I catch him. You know what I'm saying? We gonna see each other a lot. Yeah. And turns out that I wasn't able to see him. So when they said that he was in that coma, I'm like, man, I'm praying. I'm talking about I don't want, you know, holes in my knees. I'm like, please let X get up. Yeah. So I can feel better about me not going that day. Now it was more about me. X might have, wasn't studying whether I came or not.
Yeah.
But I did. I would like to have a conversation with him and got some knowledge from him.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Sat down and talked to him. I hadn't seen the man in a long time. So it's just sad. We lost another great one. It's like me, reliving the Pac situation all over again. And I'm gonna say this too. Not just just X, man. I was laying down last night and as thinking about this particular topic. And normally, me and you be going back and forth and we be kicking it. But all the great artists that we have lost, it's almost like man, I'll take what's up in heaven when we talking Tupac.
Damn.
We talking Pimp C.
Yeah.
We talk when Michael Jackson and Prince died.
Yeah. Whitney.
You understand what I'm saying? Whitney Houston. The list go. Nipsey Hussle.
Yeah.
And we're gonna get into another subject a little bit later about moguls.
Yeah.
That was gonna be my answer for what I looked for Nipsey as that next.
Hip hop damn mogul. My God.
You see what I'm saying?
Oh.
That's how I look to this man, and he had the potential to do it because a lot of stuff goes
He was doing
into a mogul besides just music.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? It's leadership.
Yeah.
That's what P had.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Nobody thinks that P could out rap Lil Wayne.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? But P was a bigger mogul.
Exactly.
You understand what I'm saying?
Business side.
Absolutely, you know what I'm saying, and so when we lose these brothers, bruh, and there's so many other artists, man, that I didn't even mention that have passed.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, y'all go in the comments and let me know who I missed. But it's so many artists, man, that have passed. Like you said, Whitney Houston, what the greatest female singer ever, the two greatest male entertainers ever, and then all these rappers, bruh. It's just sad and hip hop. And you had a question. You said something to me, Behind. You said when me and you were talking. You asked me. You said, "Well, is it? It seemed like to me. I don't want to throw out conspiracy theories.
Yeah.
And I love a great conspiracy theory.
Hey, we all do.
You know what I'm saying? But it's just ironic to me that all our greats either die from drugs,
Yeah.
or getting killed at the hands of another black person.
Shit.
And all of a sudden, this DMX, it blindsided me. Really?
Yeah.
It doesn't seem fishy about it at all.
Yeah.
I haven't talked to his family, so I don't know. And I don't want to stir up anything.
Well, now I'm gonna put it like this though too, because I talked to Dougie Fresh one time, and he was on tour with Prince, and he was close with Prince, and he just said, "Hey, man." The man had a lot of deep pain that he was going through at that time. He was, because I asked him point blank period too. I said, Fresh, what about the conspiracy theories about, Prince and stuff like that? And he was like, man, you never know what a person is going through behind closed doors that might lead to an untimely death at the same time too. So it's like you can't put the conspiracy on everybody, even though it feels better to throw it out there, but
Right.
you can't put it out there in the mix. But then sometimes you just don't know.
Right.
I'm 50-50 on everybody. I
Right.
don't know what the hell's going on.
Absolutely.
You see what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
And then even when it comes to different situations, whether it could be drugs or whether it could be murder and stuff like that, I mean, you get a bad pack of drugs, I mean, it just is what it is. Sometimes, niggas is mixing everything in this stuff.
And I agree with that, but come on, but we're talking about a doctor, and if we go back to the Michael Jackson, we're talking about a doctor that's certified to know what he's putting in your body. He's been doing it for years, and all of a sudden you just dead. But
the man was taking some hard cold. When the man got to go use propofol to go to bed at night.
So they say. See, that's what I'm saying. It's
Okay,
always these are things that people are telling us.
Yeah.
This is not fact. Fact is only the thing that you can see, and a lot of times what we see can't be trusted. So this is what was proposed to us. Is what he was taking. But my thing is this right here. Everything with the Nipsey Hussle thing. Let's go to Nipsey. I said, this guy comes around the corner, kills Nipsey, because they have a few words. You know, anybody in the hood, man, we have words every day. Nigga, man, fuck you, man, fuck you, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
But the anger that I saw in that, and the certainty to make sure that this man, you know, was killed. That's why I bring the conspiracy theories up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, bruh, I felt like somebody had to be behind that to have pushed him. Yeah, we you know, black people will, excuse me, black people will be the face of a lot of the murders or different things, but it's always a lot of times someone in the background, the puppet master that's pulling the strings. That's kind of what I was telling folks. Yeah, we saw clear as day that the man killed Nipsey, whatever his name was, Shitty, whoever. But we saw that.
Yeah.
But what was behind that? Who really wanted him dead that bad? And the anger that was in this man, you know what I'm saying? And the certainty to make sure it got done. Most nigga, if you said something, he come and bush you one time, nigga, you tried me, bye. Nigga, you know what I'm saying? He gone.
Yeah.
But to stay there to make sure that the job is done,
Yeah.
that reeked to me of, you know, a higher power, somebody else pulling the strings behind it. And with all our artists just falling off, man, the way they are, it's disturbing to me. Now, like I said, I don't know what happened with DMX, but all of a sudden you walking around, you fat, you healthy, you've been doing the right thing, and you go from that to a coma just instantly like that.
Yeah.
You know, that's really.
How do you think the deaths of DMX and Black Rob just impact hip hop in general? And then also, you know, with X being at the age of 51, you know, he had the average lifespan of a black male really ain't that damn long. Rapper, no rapper.
I understand that. Like I said, I want to sit up here and to people just throw out a conspiracy theory and act like that. You know, doing hardcore drugs for 30 years, you know what I'm saying, that, you know, you playing with the tiger by the tail.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? But what I'm saying is, with Black Rob, we saw it. We saw Black Rob. Well, Black Rob had kidney failure. Was it kidneys or his liver?
He was in the hospital going through some things.
But he had been going through things. But we saw it. We saw the you know, the deterioration of him.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? As a matter of fact, he spoke on DMX from his bed, and you could tell
he didn't have long.
It was in his. You could tell that it was in his soul, but he still was able to utter it out. That's what I think about when I think about, you know, our celebrities dying.
Yeah.
You know that, hey, it's, you know, you don't just go from, you know, on the net the first day, yeah, I'm feeling right. You know, you're looking good, your eyes white, pearly whites, and then the next day, you're in a full out coma.
Yeah.
You know, so I don't know. I don't have the answers. I don't want to just put it out there, but it's the same with MC Breed. A lot of people didn't know. People think that Breed, like, and I had to set the record straight on that he overdosed and he just died.
Yeah.
No, Breed was playing basketball. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He done went through some things. He was with Pac, and they had things that they had went through, partying and kicking and stuff. But you know, and he had some little health issues, but he had bounced back. He was out there, you know, he had done fought his demons. He was out there exercising, playing ball, and all of a sudden, you know, you just out of here. So my thing is, man, you know, people out here, man, we taking these vaccinations, we doing this, we doing that. I'd be skeptical of going to the hospital, Brad, and let anybody inject me with anything.
Yeah.
You know, with people been arguing at me about the vaccinations, if we're going to spin off into that. Why you ain't got yours yet, Wick? Why you ain't got yours? You know why? Because I'm going to watch y'all for a year. And I'm going to see if you grow 2 noses first.
Well, you know, they talking about folks getting blood clots and everything else.
Absolutely.
And I'm like, you know, I'm not in a rush to get a blood clot.
Me neither.
I'm not in a rush.
Me neither.
You know.
Me neither.
And it's like sometimes you just got to take your time and do it right.
Absolutely.
You know, nothing against the folks that do take it, because hell, my daddy got one. My grandma, 87 years old, she done took both shots and she was still running around here like, what's happening? I was like, I ain't mad at you, Grammy. And I'm loving that. But my thing is, for me, just based off of the history of America,
exactly,
it's like I just don't know if the people that are putting these things out are trying to make money off of it, or if they're trying to heal us. I don't know.
Absolutely. And then sometimes they might not have any malintent. You know, something just got rushed.
Yeah.
And we still the test rats to see that, hey, you know, because if something happened, messed up with you, you deliver over the years. We deliver we come back with heart problems from it or liver or kidney problem, what people they gonna say? Oh, my bad. Let me adjust it.
Well, see, one thing that caught me was, and I just hate to be the conspiracy guy, but, when they say that black people were the leading people with it, so we have to make sure that they get the vaccines first.
First, absolutely.
That kind of caught me a little bit, too. I'm like, why you got to make sure we get it first?
Absolutely.
How about everybody get it at the same time and let's all live happily ever after?
Absolutely.
But I'm going to get off of that, and I'm going to get back to hip-hop with my question to this. How do you feel like these deaths impact hip hop and the culture moving forward?
I think it's horrible, bro, because when you lose, when you're losing Pimp C's and DMX's and Biggie Small, we ain't said nothing about Big. You know what I'm saying? And we losing these type of artists that are out there, preaching to the young kids or to the masses, and those are the ones we losing. We ain't losing, and don't, I'm gonna throw, I ain't gonna throw no names out. There are artists that are on the same level, but they're silent.
Yeah,
they're not saying nothing about anything. They're not speaking out on social issues a lot of times. They may be on the Instagram page or this or that. You know what I'm saying? But the ones that the DMXs, the Tupacs, the Bigs, that Pimp C. Pimp C was very vocal. And he gonna tell you how he felt every single time, and that's what it is.
Yeah.
These seem like, that's why I said a conspiracy. Go after that, because these be the ones we lose, the vocal ones. We ain't losing the ones that say, you know what, I done did enough albums and made enough money, man, I'm gonna go hide in the hole.
Yeah.
We ain't losing those.
And so with that being said, a lot of these artists that we're losing are the one of ones, okay? Nipsey was one of one.
Absolutely.
And these kind of people take 10 years to come back around.
Absolutely.
Just like with a Michael Vick in football. You saw that boy, but you knew it wasn't going to be another Michael Vick to hit that field for 10 years.
Absolutely.
And 10 years later, you got that boy up there in Baltimore doing his thing. You see what I'm saying? But these people are one of one. DMX, who's the next DMX?
Absolutely.
It ain't now.
And see, we may not, are we ever gonna get another DMX, a Pimp C, a Big, a Pac, because you know why?
Why?
All the rap sounds alike now, and all the artists, we're in this era now of YouTube and the different social media. So now everybody sounds, so there's no originality, and so the voices don't stick out. You see what I'm saying? Now hip hop itself, it can speak.
Yeah.
Just the hip hop brand itself. But as far as individuality, these type of what we call icons, and you know what? Behind that ain't just in rap.
Yeah.
That's in politics and everything.
Yeah.
Who is the next?
John Lewis.
Hosea Williams, John Lewis. You know what I'm saying?
My God.
Who was the next? There's a few.
Okay, see, now I'm about to snap though, Wick. Now I'm about to snap.
Because
what you said,
you are the next.
Shit. I'm trying. Don't put that crown on me yet.
Next Hosea. I'm gonna get, you know what? We're gonna get Beehive there, and I want you feeding the hungry every year. We're gonna start the Beehive. Feed the hungry. You're gonna feed the hungry every year.
Hey, this is the point I'm about to hit you with, though, Wick. To the next part of the conversation, the death of the hip hop mogul. Is it because when people get to those levels, they don't pass the damn touch to no damn body, and that's why we ain't got nobody else left to go? When Dr. King was running things, Dr. King had Ralph David Abernathy, Andrew Young, Hosea Williams, John Lewis. He had all of these people ready to pick up the torch and go. You see what I'm saying? Ready to go in the case of his untimely death.
Absolutely.
In the case of our new hip hop impresarios, we don't have that.
That's a hell of a good. That's one of the best questions I've ever heard. Because when you think about it, I take for what you're asking me is there any new moguls out there? And when you mean in mogul, we're talking let's start there with Mogul, Puff Daddy.
Come on.
We're talking the Jermaine Dupri.
Come on.
We're talking the Dr. Dre's, the Master P's.
Yeah.
The Babies.
Yeah.
Yeah. The what's your boy? Them out of Texas. T. Draper and
Jay Prince
and Jay Prince. That type of stuff. Kanye now can be considered a Mogul. Jay-Z.
Exactly.
You see what I'm saying? Are there any
Dame Dash?
Dame Dash? Are we seeing any younger ones like that? That's a hell of a good question, and I'm gonna leave that to some of the young people out there also to answer, because I'm not all the way in touch with what's going on the level of a 19-year-old. I try to keep my nose in their business a little bit, but I'm not all the way hip. So that's a good question for y'all. Who is the next rap mogul? But I would say to you, I think you're absolutely right. Mm-hmm. I think that when these guys they become these big moguls and this and that, it is a responsibility to take these young females and men, men and females, and mold them into not just leaving your own family wealth, or these my kids, so I'm gonna make sure I'm creating generational wealth just for them. You spoke about that in the interview, but to leave the culture better, and leaving the culture better means that I need to bring up some more Master P's. I need to bring up more Puff Daddies.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? Where are the Puff Daddies? You know what I'm saying? P, where are the P's? I ain't talking about your family. I ain't talking about Lil Romeo. I'm talking about where are the Master P? All that seminars going on. Where's the union for rappers right there where y'all can pass along?
Suge Knights.
This is not the Suge Knights. Absolutely. You know what I'm saying? Kind of what you was piggybacking off the interview that you just did.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that's why a lot of people commend you. That's why a lot of people be always saying, "Be high, we want you to speak for the community," because they can see genuinely that the game that you give everybody out here, and I listen to all these guys, and don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that P and them don't sit on and say, "Hey, start your brand, get you some money, blah 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 blah," but it's gonna take a little bit more than just saying that, because the people ain't just gonna listen.
Well, I'm about to make it make sense and bring it all the way home. There is one mogul that's created other moguls. Goes by the name of Dr. Dre. That guy gave you Eminem.
Right.
That guy gave you Snoop Dogg.
Right.
That guy gave you 50 Cent. That guy gave you The Game. That guy gave you Kendrick Lamar. He co-signed each and every one of those movements to give them the opportunity to be moguls in their own right. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, but I mean, is 50 really the mogul that for the people, or just a mogul for him and who he fucks with? See, a mogul, I look at a mogul as a leader of the people.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? And there's no knock against 50. I don't know 50 personally, like we partners.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? To be able to speak, I don't know what's in the man's heart.
Yeah.
But I go on, you know what I'm saying? When I talk about a mogul, I'm talking about somebody not just who touched the people around him or made a few people rich just around him. I'm talking about, is your message as a mogul uplifting to the culture itself? I don't see that in 50. You understand what I'm saying? I saw that in DMX. I saw that. I felt that in DMX. I felt that in Tupac. Even with Pimp C.
Yeah.
Even with Pimp C. If he saw something wrong or he felt something, he wasn't right all the time. Yeah. But if he felt something that was going on along in the culture, he spoke out about the culture. It was never about personal attacks for someone else. So when with 50 with me, and I look at 50, I think he's one of the greatest to ever do it. Still listen to everything he does today. I respect him. Yeah. But, for a guy of his stature, I don't hear the message of, us as a unit. I hear him and Ross was doing their thing for a minute. You're saying this, I see a lot more of shenanigans. Hey, look at me, I got mine. Fuck y'all. That's what the mogul is doing now. And so so if we're talking about will there be moguls coming up that with that type of mentality, hey, I got mine, nigga, get yours, then yeah. But are we
Dang.
gonna see? Are we gonna see moguls that the Pimp C's, the Tupacs? That you know what I'm saying? What do you mean I'm a thug? What do you mean all our people are thugs just because we wearing cornrows? The Allen Iversons.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? Allen Iverson, no, I ain't wearing no goddamn suit in the thing.
Yeah.
I'm coming in there with these tattoos, with these braids up in here. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just as educated as anybody.
Well, see, this is my other point I got to make, though, Wick, because you just snapped with that as well. Who is the Lil 50? Who is the Lil Rick Ross? I mean, there should be Lil so-and-sos right now that are shadowing these people and picking up the game and running with it. But then I ask this question. Is the next generation prepared to run with the game? Are they willing to do what it takes to be great, or do they want everything handed to them? Because a lot of times, you know, you have a lot of these moguls, it's got to be in your heart to help people out. Because in this game, as we all know, you're going to get your ass whooped mentally coming up through them ranks. And by the time you get through all them ranks, you probably thinking to yourself, hey, man, I ain't stunned these folks. I've done been through it all, and I'm just glad I'm here. All y'all were hating on me the whole time. I'll see you later. But then also what I see a lot of times, even with the game, I get the game out, but everybody's not going to use the game. So could it be that those moguls that we do know of today that are having a way tried to help some young folks, but them young folks didn't pick up the torch?
But see, the word you said was tried. Ain't no such thing as tried. It's trying. Keep trying.
Ooh.
You know what I'm saying? You're not gonna use the word tried on your kids. Mm-hmm. Well, I tried. No, I'm still trying to reach them. You may alter certain things that you're doing. You know, it might not be the only thing that you are doing, but you're gonna never give up. When you say I tried, that means that you gave up on the culture to me. So let's take tried out. So let's keep trying.